Psalm 68. To the chief musician, a psalm of David, a song. Let God arise, let his enemies be scattered, let those also who hate him flee before him. As smoke is driven away, so drive them away. As wax melts before the fire, so let the wicked perish at the presence of God. But let the righteous be glad. Let them rejoice before God. Yes, let them rejoice exceedingly. Sing to God. Sing praises to his name. Extol him who rides on the clouds. By his name, Yah, and rejoice before him. A father of the fatherless, a defender of widows, is God in his holy habitation. God sets the solitary in families. He brings out those who are bound into prosperity, but the rebellious dwell in a dry land. O God, when you went out before your people, when you marched through the wilderness, Selah, the earth shook. The heavens also dropped rain at the presence of God. Sinai itself was moved at the presence of God, the God of Israel. You, O God, sent a plentiful rain, whereby you confirmed your inheritance when it was weary. Your congregation dwelt in it. You, O God, provided from your goodness for the poor. The Lord gave the word. Great was the company of those who proclaimed it. Kings of armies flee, they flee, and she who remains at home divides the spoil. Though you lie down among the sheepfolds, you will be like the wings of a dove covered with silver, and her feathers with yellow gold. When the Almighty scattered kings in it, it was white as snow in Zalman. A mountain of God is the mountain of Bashan. A mountain of many peaks is the mountain of Bashan. Why do you fume with envy, you mountains of many peaks? This is the mountain which God desires to dwell in. Yes, the Lord will dwell in it forever. The chariots of God are 20,000, even thousands of thousands. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai, in the holy place. You have ascended on high. You have led captivity captive. You have received gifts among men, even from the rebellious, that the Lord God might dwell there. Blessed be the Lord, who daily loads us with benefits, the God of our salvation. Selah. Our God is the God of salvation, and to God the Lord belong escapes from death. But God will wound the head of his enemies, the hairy scalp of the one who still goes on in his trespasses. The Lord said, I will bring back from Bashan, I will bring them back from the depths of the sea, that your foot may crush them in blood, and the tongues of your dogs may have their portion from your enemies. They have seen your procession, O God, the procession of my God, my King, into the sanctuary. The singers went before, the players of instruments followed after. Among them were the maidens playing timbrels. Bless God in the congregations, the Lord from the fountain of Israel. There is little Benjamin, their leader, the princes of Judah and their company, the princes of Zebulun and the princes of Naphtali. Your God has commanded your strength. Strengthen, O God, what you have done for us. Because of your temple at Jerusalem, kings will bring presents to you. Rebuke the beasts of the reeds, the herd of bulls with the calves of the people, till every one submits himself with pieces of silver. Scatter the peoples who delight in war. Envoys will come out of Egypt. Ethiopia will quickly stretch out her hands to God. Sing to God, you kingdoms of the earth. O sing praises to the Lord. Selah. To him who rides on the heaven of heavens, which were of old. Indeed, he sends out his voice, a mighty voice. Ascribe strength to God. His excellence is over Israel, and his strength is in the clouds. O God, you are more awesome than your holy places. The God of Israel is he who gives strength and power to his people. Blessed be God.
Psalm 68. God arises in majesty. The early church read this psalm as a prediction of the resurrection and ascension of Jesus. The glorious rule of God over his people and ultimately over all the earth will come to fulfillment in God the Son. The Apostle Paul referred to Psalm 68 verse 18 in Ephesians 4 verses 8 to 13 as a picture of Jesus' exaltation in majesty to the highest place of authority. Jesus is the God who saves. Jesus is the sovereign Lord. Psalm 6:8 was not written just to tell us about God, it actually helps us experience God. And what a jolting experience it is as a holy God sweeps in on an unholy, unsuspecting world. When God shows up, things happen. The earth shakes, verse 8. Rain pours down, verse 8. Thousands of angels arrive, verse 17. God's enemies are crushed, verse 21. Loneliness is vanquished, verse 6. Prisoners are set free, verse 6. The wicked blow away like smoke, verse 2. The nations come before the Lord with gifts, verses 30 to 31. God rides the clouds and thunders his word, verse 33. Ezekiel had a vision of God's majesty like that, Ezekiel 1. So did the Apostle John in the New Testament, Revelation 1 verses 4 to 5. God's presence and power are so overwhelming that we are brought to our knees before him. As David led the people in worship when the Ark of the Covenant was moved into the city of Jerusalem, he danced before the Lord. The excitement and joy of the crowd crackled in the air. God himself moved along with the procession, riding on the clouds. Donald Williams, verse 1 is taken from Numbers 10 verse 35, where whenever the Ark of the Covenant, God's portable throne, is being carried into battle, Moses cries out, "Rise up, O Lord! Let your enemies be scattered." The call for God to arise is a call for him to get up from his throne, for his enemies are at hand. The psalm begins with a call to battle. When God acts, the wicked will vanish like smoke and wax. However, the righteous, those who belong to him, will rejoice. They will see God's triumph. We join their joy when we meet Christ. In him we know that our enemies have been vanquished on the cross and that he has won the victory in his resurrection. Psalm 68 abounds in names and titles for God. We get a lesson in the character of God just from the names David uses in honor of the Lord. Yahweh and Yah, verses 4 and 18. The covenant name of God meaning I am. God is the self-sufficient God. Everything and everyone else depend on him. Elohim and El, verses 1 to 3. God, the highest being in existence. He stands alone above every part of his creation. Adonai, verses 11 and 19. Lord, Master, the God who controls and shapes human history and our ultimate destiny. Shaddai, verse 14. The all-powerful one. God does not derive his power from an outside source but holds unlimited, inexhaustible power in his own being.